between Evan Ingram and Damian Harris, and I elected to go running back.
I would take him.
I just don't know about him. He has disappointed Josh so much that I don't want to put him on my team.
So my pick was either Damian Harris or Evan Ingram.
Same here.
So when you took Harris, I took Ingram.
I'm a fan of the late Davis Mills pick, considering there might be a trade between the Eagles and the Texans.
A private high school Georgia football.
That's why you go out and get a guy like
Rod Taylor first, though.
No, Davis Mills is never.
I will say one of my big question marks. I know
He wasn't that good at Stanford.
She was between a couple players here at this pick, and I thought was a real big reach was Curtis Samuel.
I have no idea.
Curtis Samuel in that offense, if she hadn't taken him that round, I would have taken him
So
back.
He's the number 2 target.
So that one was legitimately my. I don't know what I'm doing because I was so certain that Michael Gallup was available.
And he's blowing up training camp. It's a good pick.
My only hesitancy was because he was a Panther.
I've had Curtis Samuel for
And I'm a
few
Falcons.
years. He's gotten better every year.
Yeah.
My only hesitancy was my bias as a Falcons fan.
All right,
and the fact that he's Ohio State.
Let's move to the queen herself, Alexa Petriello.
Is this the draft? Like
this could be it. This could be it. I agree. I think she finally.
There was one minus.
She got rid of Drew Brees and finally figured out how to find.
I think she
diamonds
is the ultimate example of like every pick's either an A+ or an F.
And tier most grade.
I agree.
But
I mean, the Michael Carter pick was hilarious. She went from
Javonte Williams. She stumbled into the perfect pick. Shark's a good pick. Carter's a steal there.
Yeah,
I was
Every good pick. Palmer, McKissick, who knows?
Firster's might be. We're gonna look back and say Firster might be one of her best picks.
No, her tight ends are solid, dude. Gerald Everett, Firster, Tyler Higbee, and Dallas Goedert.
She's fine there.
Solid tight end.
All right, I will say this: Higbee is iffy. He had a lot of injuries last year, though.
I mean,
he had Jared Goff.
He had Jared Goff over the ball. I think that
Gerald Everett vulturing all the touchdowns.
Yes, he did.
Higbee's gonna be.
Didn't T.J. Hawkinson have a breakout year last year with Stafford as quarterback?
I don't trust.
Tyler Higbee could have a monster.
I don't trust McVay.
John Brown
picked
that late too.
John Brown was a great pick
for the Raiders.
Yeah.
John Brown was a great pick.
And then of course the glasses, Rodrigo Blankenship, great pick.
Yes.
So Bronwyn, we've already really hit her hard, but.
No, it's not.
What do y'all think? I mean, outside of what we've already discussed, is there anything to write home about with this draft?
I mean, she'll learn don't double up on IDPs, but that's it.
Yeah, and also don't reach for an IDP in the 11th round.
And with the depth of private receivers still available, you can always drop the IDPs.
Sure.
Yeah, for example, Thomas picked up an IDP defensive back on waiver wire and scored 30 points against last year.
I think the only real complaint I have about Bronwyn's draft is she didn't take a quarterback earlier.
Sure.
And her first pick was Cam Newton.
Yeah.
I thought she should have taken Zach Wilson.
And Cam Newton is her second quarterback, and
Who is
Matt?
You know, I kind of agree with that. I hadn't looked at that.
Like she shored up running back. Daryl Henderson's gonna be starter. Edmonds solid. She already had decent wide receivers. Got good tight ends.
I feel like Bronwyn drafted.
Like where she took Devin White, she could have taken Zach Wilson.
Yeah,
right.
I'm sure you were sweating.
Guys, I think Bronwyn drafted perfectly for a stereotypical fantasy football league positions.
Right.
Not 2 starting quarterbacks, 2 starting tight ends.
Well, and it's also a draft of someone who's new to dynasty and understanding of like trying to hit home runs with certain guys who may not do anything.
I mean, she could also.
At least she got decent.
The good news is, this will be a 1-year mistake, and next year she'll come in hot.
She still did better than my draft in North Carolina.
Yeah, she put up a solid draft. I mean, you look up and down. I mean, there's really not many gaps.
Who was my best pick in
You
North
can
Carolina?
say she could have done more in certain spots, but she filled out a pretty solid roster.
She did exponentially better. My best pick in North Carolina, my first draft was Ronald Jones.
Yeah.
Who I only keep because I don't want to change my football team name.
All right, now we're gonna go to the other Gray, Carl came out of the gates firing by shoring up his tight end number 2. Much like what Thomas did last year, going straight for tight end, grabs Adam Troutman of New Orleans, snags Elijah Moore, Zach Moss, Derek Carr, Darnell Mooney, Nyheim Hines, the God Kid, and Jeremy Chin, Joey Bosa, Greg Zerlin, Xavier Jones, Gabriel Davis, Sterling Shepard, Paris Campbell. I would argue that this is the #1 draft, the best draft this year, and you guys can prove me wrong.
And this is the benefit. You're going in with a championship team.
Yeah, he had no holes to fill.
And he obviously did his research and had a ranking of dynasty assets and just went best available, best available.
So he didn't have to worry about biggest need because
he didn't have any needs really, other than maybe tight end, which he took in the first round. And after that, he's just going.
Oh, I could pick the best.
Right down the list, best available.
He has 9 wide receivers.
That's solid.
That's very solid.
Especially since we're a month out.
Wait,
And I like all of the wide receivers.
But I think he has some prospect wide receivers too, doesn't he?
Yeah, he's.
Oh no, wait, no.
No, he's the one who doesn't have any prospects,
The old
right?
South Carolina guy.
Ryan Edwards.
Yeah.
Oh, that's pretty solid. Yeah.
Any ex-South Carolina player, you can guarantee it's on Carlos's.
And I will, and I want to backtrack one thing real quick. Bronwyn did a fabulous job of not really, she didn't need wide receiver help at all, and she didn't target it at all.
She got value.
Well, she didn't need it because she has Devonta Smith, who's another. She actually, for her lack of knowledge with prospects, she used the prospects pretty well.
She has like 4 wide receivers coming out.
She's still got Nikhil. How the heck is Nikhil Carey still a prospect?
He's done nothing.
He won't throw the ball.
I remember I tried to pick him up like 3 years ago.
Now we have to talk about the Todd father of us all.
Todd father.
Joshua coming out,
He had a bit of a
swinging at quarterback.
He had a little bit of a quarterback fetish.
Yeah, just a little bit. Zach Wilson, Carson Wentz, Big Ben, Roethlisberger,
Just a little bit.
Cole Kmet at tight end, Michael Pittman Jr., Devin Singletary, Cam Akers, unbelievable, Hayden Hurst, Jimmy Garoppolo, Chase Young, Dan Arnold, Nelson Aguilar, and the God King himself, the second God King, Tim Tebow. All praise be upon him. What do we think,
Hey,
Josh? Josh, did you like your draft?
I love my draft. I went in, set at wide receiver, set at running back. Tight end, I could have used some work, but I looked at the first 2, 3, 4 rounds.
There was nothing
wanting to swing at a couple of home runs for quarterback and wanting to take a couple safe quarterbacks, and that's exactly what I did.
So who do you think of the quarterbacks that you took will be your best long-term option?
Well, ideally, Zach Wilson.
I see that.
Because he's unproven, done nothing. Carson Wentz, somewhere in between. Big Ben on the twilight of his career.
First 4 weeks of the season before his arm goes to noodle.
Yeah, like 50%.
Yeah. Good.
So-
There's a thing on the front.
How many guys did you welcome home from your old teams? Just Big Ben?
Cam Akers.
And Big Ben?
Big Ben I had like 3 years ago. Garoppolo I had. I guess I had him at one point.
Wait, how did Alexa not draft
Chase
Jimmy
Young.
Garoppolo? He's gorgeous.
Well, I mean, let's be real. He's pretty.
Absolutely gorgeous.
He is pretty, but is he Davis Mills? Oh, sorry, shit.
Davis Mills is not gorgeous.
Is he Andy Dalton pretty?
Is he as beautiful as Rodrigo?
Andy Dalton is a ginger.
I don't
He's
think
not
so.
gorgeous.
Blankenship. It's Blankenship.
Blankenship.
I think Josh's best pick
Blankenship
was
is short.
Nelson Aguilar in the 27th round.
I think
That was one of those, I'm just looking at the sheets trying to come up with somebody to pick and like surprised he wasn't gone.
I think Aguilar could pay dividends, but they don't throw the ball much.
He's not
and
going
they're
But
gonna
I
throw a
also
lot of
have to
tight
drop 4 of those
Yeah.
bottom picks to get to roster compliance.
I will-
So you'll know.
No, 3, because Cam Akers is going to be.
I think recouping
Oh, yeah,
Cam
you're
Akers
right.
would be great.
That was a
Oh.
great
He doesn't.
idea.
Well, he doesn't have a
A
kicker.
steal. A
That's
steal.
fine. We're 4 weeks up from the season starting. You can always just drop guys.
Honestly, after Harrison Butker.
I like the strategy.
After
What I'm
Harrison
saying.
Butker,
Oh.
there's
He's
a
saying I gotta
huge
drop.
drop
You
into
have
your
to drop
kicker.
4
though.
guys.
Well, not really, because Harrison Butker wasn't even like top 5 last year, so that's a false statement. Let's be real though. One of the pick that was the best pick was Cam Akers. That was unreal. I mean, we maybe a no pick, but I love that he was.
I
able to
started
get-
saying in the 13th round, there's a guy sitting out there that somebody rebuilding needs to fucking draft.
I know. I
And
thought.
nobody. I don't even know when he would have gotten drafted.
See,
I
Bronwyn.
think people just forgot about
Bronwyn could have taken Cam Akers and then had the lock up the LA Rams running back
I didn't
spot.
even think he was available.
Yeah,
But she doesn't know
I
the
mean, he's
IR.
coming off an Achilles. He wasn't that proven last year. So
Yeah,
sure,
he's
there's
not
a lot of
coming
question
off an
marks,
Achilles. He
but
still has.
He's
he
not-
was a top
He doesn't have an Achilles
8
yet.
running back
He has
before
a
he
torn
got hurt.
Achilles.
The
Don't
only
mess with
the
that
only
one.
thing I can say against it is if you look at Alexa's or Stephen Brown's teams last year, I think Alexa had so many players out.
Yeah.
Talking about Bronwyn or
that
Alexa?
She literally,
Well, I'm gonna have to-
literally couldn't.
I'm gonna have to rot a bench spot for him for probably a few weeks.
Yeah, she literally couldn't.
Well, but I don't want to waste an IR spot if like Justin Jefferson goes down.
Yeah.
Like a true, like no-brainer keeper. Cam Akers isn't that. He's coming off an Achilles tear.
I don't know, man. So there's a guy for
All right, so
Reddit
Renee's
soccer,
next,
but-
right?
Yeah, we're feeling
Yeah.
Renee.
So
I
Renee,
felt okay.
talk to me. Talk to
I
me.
felt
about it.
okay.
Whistle?
I think the Zach Wilson
Yeah.
pick really phased me. I was hoping to get
Yeah,
him.
that's crazy.
Josh picking him up right behind me was, it's always hard picking immediately after Josh.
Yeah.
He's such a great drafter that he really fucks with what you're
Wait,
trying
who
to
were you
get.
saying that I took in front of you?
Zach Wilson. I was really hoping he'd fall to
The
me.
Mormon
I was
Wonder?
looking to get him, but that really phased me. I think recouping James Robinson is fine. Jesus Christ, excuse me. We got Corey Davis, Devontae Parker, two #1 wide receivers, supposedly on their teams.
Corey Davis.
Terrace
really?
Marshall.
Terrace Marshall, pretty
Lot
good
of
rookie,
good
making a
things
lot of
coming out of
noise in
camp
training
about
camp.
Terrace,
And
not Terrace.
considering I have DJ Moore, if DJ Moore ever gets hurt,
I
I
can't
got
take
Terrace
that
Marshall,
seriously.
so that's pretty good.
You
I don't feel good
mispronounce
about-
his name, Renee.
Let him
Don't feel
flip
good
the
about
next
Sam Darnold, but I needed a quarterback. There wasn't much else
Now,
available.
can you walk us through the two defenses?
Yeah, San Francisco has a very nice opening schedule, so I'm going to ride them out. And then Washington, I think, is the better defense. They're in a shitty division, and I think they're going to have some pretty nice game scripts, so I'm going to ride them out the rest of the season after San
Renee,
Francisco's not great.
I legitimately have to ask, is that the legitimate reason, or did you really just want to take someone else?
No, I did take both.
So, did Bronwyn taking two defensive players at the linebacker position and the
No, I was never going to take IDP players in this draft. I was going to wait. I'd like to take offensive skill players, wait till the end of training camp, see how things fit, because people can still get hurt. And
And
preseason
cut.
games are coming, exactly.
Yeah.
And so right before the season starts, when I'll be looking for IDP
Josh Wood,
players.
Renee
so-
Beret are like steadfast on
now
that strategy.
I question AJ
Actually,
Green.
too warm in here for me.
Yeah, I mean, I'm okay with it.
Shot in the dark.
Yeah, shot in the dark.
Yeah.
I think going to a team with
They need
a
to jump before.
great thrower of the ball in Kyler Murray. I think he'll be. I mean, I know he's dusted,
I'll stay
but
away from
I think he'll
Murray.
give me some decent weeks early on the season.
think
And
he's
after
fine.
that, when he's the age is really starting to hit him, I think he'll probably.
Now,
Sorry,
one
Bryce.
pick. Katie, if you're watching, Brett's getting a little snooky.
No, Brett just can't walk in water.
Well, it's smush smush. I will say, Renee, I liked the Donald Parham thing.
Yeah,
I love that. Really
yeah. I'm
nice.
hoping he's this year's Logan Thomas.
Yeah, that could be. I mean, Jared Cook is you know
Yeah, no, he's
immortal,
up
but
there, yeah.
yeah, really nice pick there.
Nico Collins is a bit perplexing, but he's gotten some good reviews in training camp. So looking, I know he's on the Texans, which is the worst team in the league by far. But I mean, he's lighting it up. Somebody's got to catch the ball over there.
Looking forward to Rashad Penny being on the free agent waiver wire soon.
Yes.
Moving to Bryce. Bryce, I liked what you did. You perplexed me a little bit twice.
Hold on. I'd like some feedback on my team. I was really just talking the whole time. Could you provide some feedback, people?
It's a solid D- draft.
Oh shit.
No, I'm just kidding.
No, I like that you got James Robinson.
No, I mean it's solid.
I think the biggest misses were Corey Davis and Devontae Parker. I think you could have gotten.
You could have gotten more value there.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. I mean, like, I would have taken
Hollywood Brown.
Yeah.
Jarvis Landry,
However,
Mike
Hollywood Brown
Williams,
is starting
Darnell
with a
Mooney, Michael
hamstring
Pittman,
injury.
Gabriel Davis, Sterling Shepard, Paris Campbell, Nelson Aguilar, Marvin Jones. I would take all those guys over both those guys. So, you know, you're shit.
Where's Corey Davis now?
No, he's in the Jets. He'll be
fine. They did okay.
I like the Sam Darnold pick though.
I do like the Sam Darnold
Good
pick.
Yeah,
QB3 value.
That's great value. Backup quarterback.
Yeah.
Potentially will become the number 2 QB on your
I mean,
roster.
He took a lot of
Tannehill
swings at
drop
wide
off to
receiver,
tackle,
which is
so.
the only position he really had weakness in.
Yeah.
You look at keepers.
Yeah. I think you did fine.
Okay.
Bryce, walk us through it.
I wrote down on a piece of paper, take one of the starting QBs that's left, then take wide receiver, tight end for your next 2 picks, then take Mac Jones with your 4th pick, then take as many rookies and IDPs as you can get after that, because after 4 or 5 rounds, people start drafting those.
So you managed to only get 1 rookie after taking Mac Jones outside of Kadarius. I'm sorry, you took 2. Kadarius.
That might be the best first 4 picks we've seen.
Yeah, I
From
really
those
like
rounds
the
down,
Mac
right?
Jones pick.
Fitzpatrick, I
He's
mean,
gonna be
obviously
a
I'm
gun
extremely
slinger.
biased, but he is poised to just ball out.
Yeah.
Yes, I agree.
Hunter Henry, way better than a lot of the tight ends that probably went before him even there. Jarvis Landry, solid. Mac Jones. Mac Jones and Fitzpatrick is poised to replace Deshaun Watson if that doesn't work out. So whatever happens with Deshaun, he's fine.
No.
This is true. This is all things I considered.
Yeah, I liked what you did. I did. You took Gay from me. That was hard.
That's pretty funny.
A lot. So
Thomas
I couldn't believe that Gay was.
Well, we will see Travis Etienne very soon.
Yes.
So
Coming to a story.
Yeah, your weakness is running back, but
you're
Etienne's
really
a
weak
solid
at running back.
prospect.
Bring
But
in him.
but we're in a league in which if you look at all those guys in green above the black line, those are the running backs that win our leagues. Everybody below those lines doesn't matter.
Right.
You say that. Cam Akers is there.
You got
Gus Bus.
Well, no, you got a few down there that are. Gonna
I mean,
And most of them are in the left above where I would draft.
Well,
I think
you're just
Naeem
rolling the
Hines
dice.
is a
Sure,
solid
hoping you get
flex
lucky.
option, especially after the Carson Wentz injury.
All right, Parcheesi broke my heart by taking Robbie Anderson literally right in front of me. Parker, you broke my heart a bunch in this draft. Run us through it.
Yeah, it felt good. So,
Asshole.
so yeah, I told Josh at the beginning of the draft, he asked me who would I take number 1. I considered Robbie Anderson, and he fell to me, so I was very happy about that. I think he's the number 1 Panthers receiver, and I think he'll do well meeting back up with Sam Darnold. So I'm happy about that pick. I'm happy with the later Will Fuller pick. So
Yeah,
That's a
have some
great
good
pick.
depth at
Incredible
wide
value.
receivers.
Do you
Um,
trust Sam Darnold?
Well,
no,
the
I haven't seen him in action yet.
beauty is he
no,
doesn't need Sam
but I'm
Darnold at
confident.
all.
But I'm confident and optimistic.
Do you trust Sam Darnold enough to provide Robbie Anderson?
Yes, because he still did well with Teddy Bridgewater, and I think
Fair enough.
Darnold is
Take
better
2
than
gloves.
Bridgewater. And then I'm happy with the Fournette and Williams as depth pick for the running backs. I think